Good afternoon, everybody. This is Gary Tucker, and this is Tuck Talk number 16. Why are there so many problems in life? As I sit here, I'm watching two bald eagles over on the shore. One of them's sitting in a tree, and one of them's sitting at the base of the tree on a big rock eating a seagull that has just been killed. And I can't help but think that it's a really good thing for the eagle and kind of a really unfortunate thing for the seagull. I'm going over in my own head all the problems that are going on in my own life, and my mind's wandering to some of the world events that are of some concern. Why are there so many problems? I'm 54 years old, pushing 55, and I look back at all the trials and tribulations that have formed the story of my own life, and I wonder what it was all about. What's it all been about? What's it all for? Well, it seems, according to the most ancient texts still around on the planet, that an individual is supposed to engage on a journey that leads them to the realization that existence, consciousness, and bliss are all there is, and that we are that. So, I get that. I get that. My individual consciousness is a unit of that great consciousness from which all things on this planet, all existence has sprung. That makes me happy. I like being a part of something that big. Everybody wants to be a part of something. Some people try to simulate that through their family relationships or their relationships with teams if they play sports, and in a multitude of other ways. Everybody likes to belong. Everybody likes to be a part of something bigger than themselves. But why so much pain? Why so much pain along the way? Why so much suffering? To get at this bliss, existence, consciousness, bliss. I have to come back to an electrical theory that I shared in an earlier video that I did. Voltage equals amperage multiplied by resistance. Voltage is potential power. I've been talking about unmanifested consciousness as God. That would be potential energy. I've been talking about the manifested universe as existence. Everything that has a material aspect to it. We're all aware of the energies that are at play in the material universe, whether that's gravitational force, electromagnetic force, the force of consciousness that seems to underlie all of the above. Everything out there in the universe seems to be spinning around. We know that when a magnet spins around an iron core, it creates an electromagnetic force. Or when an iron body spins around a magnet, the same thing happens. So electromagnetism, I guess that could account for all the spinning going on. So, Sat Chit Ananda, existence, consciousness, bliss. And then we live here on a planet where all the world's a stage, and every player must play a part, and every part a fool. And we're in a world here where, as Shakespeare says, the fish eats the worm, then the king eats the fish, and then the next morning the worm's eating the king after the king dies. So the whole life experience seems to be a perpetual motion machine. And that's pretty cool. I mean, science has been trying to produce a perpetual motion machine to no avail, as far as I know. Life's figured it all out. And when it comes down to our role as humans, we seem to distinguish ourselves from all of the other animals on the planet through language and through the complexity of our mind and the varying levels of our consciousness and perhaps the development of our consciousness. And I think this is where we're getting to the key to the whole matter. If the manifest universe is an expression of pure consciousness, and it's expanding, hurtling at millions of miles an hour, stretching infinity to greater levels of infinity, if that's possible, at least in terms of human conceptualization, I suppose it's possible, or the only way we have of expressing such an idea, such a thought. What does it all want? What's God want? What does consciousness want? Well, if we're a manifestation of that consciousness, which I believe we are, then I suppose by examining myself and mankind, we always seem to want more. We want more. We want more. So maybe it stands to reason that pure consciousness wants to have more pure consciousness. And as a human being going through the travails of life and struggling through problems and overcoming problems, which is the resistance in the electrical equation, what's produced is a greater level of consciousness. And the end game seems to be that if you can make your way through the gauntlet and overcome the problems and raise your own level of consciousness to the point where you realize that you are an expression of existence, consciousness, and achieve that bliss which comes with that knowledge, that you're one with the whole, then you're playing the game properly. Potential power equals amperage, the flow, multiplied by resistance. So, raise your individual potential power by raising your consciousness and by overcoming the problems in your own life. Keep on flowing. Keep on overcoming problems. Associate yourself with existence, consciousness, discover the bliss that comes with that. And it's all going to work out in the end. That seems to be the end game. Man. What a system. I hope everybody's enjoying their day. I'm going to cut this short. Namaste. Bye for now.